Welcome to Let's Go's 5210 Goes to School Redy 1 Introduction e-Presentation. By the end of this presentation, you should have a better understanding of Let's Go's key message, our evidence-based strategies, how to implement 5210 Goes to School, and how to use your toolkit to do it. Let's Go is our overall statewide healthy weight promotion program. 5210 Goes to School is just one of Let's Go's settings-based programs we use to create healthier communities. 5210 is Let's Go's healthy behavior message. We use this message to promote all our efforts. So when people ask you what 5210 Goes to School is, you can tell them, it's a program of Let's Go that's helping our kids eat healthier and move more, and it uses the 5210 message to promote those behaviors. Oh, and by the way, this little person up here, that's our mascot, Redy. (5210) stands for 5 or more fruits and vegetables a day, 2 hours or less of recreational screen time, and remember to keep things like TVs and computers out of the bedroom, and no screen time for children under the age of 2. 1 hour or more of physical activity a day, and 0 sugary drinks, more water and low-fat milk. Data has shown that when adults and children hear the same message in multiple locations, they are more likely to engage in the behaviors that message promotes. So it's important to use the 5210 message as part of all your physical activity and healthy eating efforts. Let's Go uses 10 evidence-based strategies to create effective, long-lasting policy and environmental support for healthy eating and physical activity, helping to make the healthier choice the easier choice. 5 of these strategies have shown to deliver the most impact. So we've prioritized these strategies for you and made them easy to find by marking them with our Redy logo. The other 5 strategies are still important and will help you accomplish the priority strategies, so you want to use those too. We've just made it easier for you to focus on the big picture. You're probably doing many of these strategies already, so keep up the good work. Now that we've gone over the important background information, let's talk about how to implement 5210 Goes to School. First, you'll need a champion. The champion's role is to be the key point person to lead the program and to be the contact for their local Let's Go representative. Then you'll form a 5210 Goes to School team to help you implement the program. We recommend including staff, students, administration, and community members, and you can use an existing wellness team. A team will make your work more meaningful, more successful, and easier to implement. We'll support the efforts of you and your team by providing you with a toolkit, online resources and training, and technical assistance. Once you have a team, you'll want to assess your school environment to identify which strategies you are already working on and which will be new ones you'd like to include in your plan for the year. Our toolkit includes a Getting Started worksheet to make it easier for you to assess your environment and start planning. Next, you'll want to make a plan and put it into action. Your plan should focus on how you plan to maintain the strategies you're already working on and how you plan to implement any new strategies. Be sure to include who will do what, by when, and what resources you'll need to be successful. At the end of each year, you'll want to reassess your school environment to review the work you've done and start talking about what your next steps will be. This is around the time we'll send you our implementation survey. Completing the survey will help you with this step while helping us understand the efforts happening in our schools. It will also help you be recognized and celebrate success. Each year we use evaluation results to recognize schools for their efforts. Eligible schools receive a certificate and website recognition for either a bronze, silver, or gold level recognition. There are 3 approaches that most people use to support increased physical activity and healthy eating. Activities, such as educational events, environmental change, such as the creation of an activity room for rewards, and policy change, such as requiring daily physical activity. One-time educational events can raise awareness of healthy behaviors. However, these activities alone rarely lead to long-lasting behavior change. In order for long-lasting behavior change to happen, environmental and policy change have to be part of your plan as well. By doing all 3, you are helping to make the healthier choice the easier choice. You'll know when you're making long-lasting changes when you see healthy eating and physical activity happening every day and not just at one-time events or special occasions. So we've talked about Let's Go's 5210 message, the evidence-based strategies, and how to implement 5210 Goes to School. Next, let's talk about how you can use your toolkit to make all these pieces work together for successful implementation. The toolkit is your key guide for 5210 Goes to School. It provides you with strategies and resources to help you integrate the 5210 healthy behaviors into your school community. We have two toolkits available, a toolkit for grades K through 5 and a toolkit for middle and high schools. Both toolkits are also available on our website. Let's start by taking a look at the K through 5 toolkit. The K through 5 toolkit is organized into three basic sections. Tabs 1 through 3 contain your basic program information as well as resources and information to help you coordinate your efforts. Tabs 4 through 13 contain resources to help you implement each of the 10 strategies. Depending on the resources provided, most tabs are organized by key resources, local, state, and national initiatives, and parent handouts. We've designed the toolkit in this way so that once you've identified which of the strategies you want to work on, you can flip right to that section and hit the ground running. We've indicated which tabs contain resources for priority strategies by marking them with our Redy logo. Tabs 14 through 16 contain additional materials which may be supportive of your strategy efforts. As you can see, the toolkit is pretty easy to navigate. This is important since you'll want to flip through the toolkit on a regular basis for ideas and guidance. The page we are currently looking at is the front page for the main table of contents. These pages will list each of the tab sections and all of the resources within each of those tabs. This gives you a quick glimpse into how the whole toolkit is organized. We recommend that all new schools start by reviewing tab 1, Getting Started. This is where you'll find the Getting Started worksheet we talked about earlier. Let's take a quick look at that form. The Getting Started worksheet is a quick and easy assessment tool that makes it easy to identify which of the strategies you may have already been working on and to measure which of the other strategies you want to work on moving forward. The sheet provides you with a scale for each of the 10 strategies, which details how much implementation you've done for a particular strategy. It starts at no implementation at all and goes all the way up to school-wide. Keep in mind, this is a planning tool for you and your team only. There's no need for anyone else to see this form, so be sure to score your efforts honestly. It will pay off in the end. Once you've filled out the worksheet, use your answers in combination with your knowledge of your school's capacity to determine the strategies you want to work on. The great thing about this worksheet is that you can use it again in the spring to get a quick glimpse of the progress you've made. Keep in mind, we'll still be looking for you to complete your implementation survey, and you'll get a more in-depth view of your environment as that gets completed. So now your team has chosen the strategies you want to work on and are ready to get started. Let's use the strategy of provide healthy choices for snacks and celebrations, limit unhealthy choices as an example. You simply flip to that section of the toolkit and choose the resources you want to use to implement that strategy. In this section, you'll find key resources for implementation, and you'll also find information on how to participate in local, state, and national initiatives that relate to that strategy, and resources to engage parents. Here's a quick tip. Both of these additional categories also meet another strategy, which means by doing one strategy in a coordinated way and using a few resources out of the toolkit, you can effectively meet 3 strategies without adding a whole lot more work. Essentially, no matter which strategy you pick, you can find the resources you need in the same way we just did here. Now let's take a quick look at the middle and high school toolkit. While this toolkit also focuses on the 10 evidence-based strategies, the framework also has a key focus on youth engagement and role modeling. This means that at this grade level, we highly recommend that you include a number of students as part of your team. With that in mind, we've categorized the toolkit a bit differently. The key resources for getting started and supportive resources are very similar to those in the K through 5 toolkit, so we won't review those tabs. The important thing to point out about the middle and high school toolkit are that these sections were specifically designed to engage middle and high schoolers in promoting healthy eating and physical activity. Those materials are specifically found in Tab 2, Empowering Youth, Tab 3, Activities for Schools, and Tab 5, Collaborate with Food and Nutrition Program. Be sure to review the resources in each of these tabs as you work with the youth members of your team, especially when choosing your strategies and designing your plan. That wraps up our toolkit overviews. The only thing left is to leave you with some tips for success. Know your toolkit well and visit it often. It's your best implementation tool for 5210 Goes to School, so be sure not to miss any of the great resources we've provided you. Focus on the strategies. They are your best opportunity to create long-lasting change supporting physical activity and healthy eating behaviors. And they also align with the recommendations of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and the Institutes of Medicine. Let everyone know about your Let's Go efforts and use the 5210 message to promote your great work. Send letters home to parents, put 5210 images on every project you do, and spread the word. Lastly, when something is fun, more people are willing to participate and help out, so make sure everyone has fun with each of your efforts. And remember, you're not alone. All over the state, early childhood centers, schools, communities, workplaces, after-school programs, and healthcare practices are all making the same changes you are making and sharing the same message you are. In fact, as of 2012, Let's Go has engaged 235 schools, 187 licensed childcare facilities and Head Start programs, 99 healthcare sites, 53 after-school programs, and 28 district-wide school nutrition programs. Thank you for taking time to view the Let's Go 5210 Goes to School e-presentation. You're on your way to establishing a healthier environment for your school community. We'd appreciate you taking a few minutes to complete your online survey to let us know what you think. The survey link is located on our school resource webpage, just below the link provided for this e-presentation. Thanks again, and enjoy the program.